Hello, Stampers! Today, we're going to start with this card. This is your double slider card. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do it so you can see it. You pull on the ribbon, and the other side slides out too. They both move. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to need that you do not have in your packet is a plastic sack. Plastic grocery sack, or any kind of plastic from any kind of packaging, as long as it's long enough. Doesn't matter where it comes from, if it's a cereal bag, anything. If you use a plastic grocery bag, I just flattened it out like this, folded it up several times, and cut off that end where it's gusseted. And then I slice it just like this. It's maybe an inch wide, maybe. And when you open it up, you'll have a loop, because you know it's a bag, and just cut it anywhere. So you have a long strip like this. So you're not going to use this whole thing. You'll probably get 2 cards out of 1 strip. Okay? So you'll need a plastic sack and a strip from that. I did not provide that for you. So to make this card, what we're going to do, we're going to glue the designer paper onto the white. And you're going to stamp all your pieces, but you're not going to glue these down until the card is finished. You'll thank me later. It really is a pretty simple card. It doesn't look like it at first, but I promise you it is. So first, get your gray sheet of paper, and I have scored it for you already. So you just need to fold it and burnish the edges, okay? Just like we always do. And I scored this one a little crazy, that's why I kept it. Okay. So this is the direction we're going to work. We're going to work with this flap on the right side, because I'm right-handed, that's the way I think. So this little bitty flap stays on your right. Okay. Now you're going to get your bag strip, and you're going to wrap it around like this. Okay. So you're going to make this loop. And you want it to be snug, but not tight, because it's going to have to move. Okay? I would suggest using the double-sided tape for this, because you don't ever want it to come apart. Snail, I don't think is going to be strong enough over time. So you just put a piece there. And you're going to pull it kind of snug, but not tight, because you want it to move, like I said. And then stick it down. So you could see, I could fit my fingers underneath it, so it's not too tight, but that's as far as it goes before I start pulling on it. Okay, and then you're just going to cut off this extra as close as you can to your tape. And see, I think I might have used this before, but you could theoretically get another whole card out of this. So if you did it so that you have extra hanging over, like this right here, you might want to trim that just a little bit, just so it doesn't get caught. You'll never see it, but it might get caught in your mechanism. I also find it's easier if this part is kind of at the bottom. Not all the way at the bottom, because if it's all the way, that under piece will get caught on your edge. So just about a 1/4 inch or so, a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Make sure your seam is down. I think this helps. Also, it's centered in the middle of my card. Okay, so now we have these pieces. And everybody has a mixture of different prints. I didn't have enough for everybody to have the exact same print, so these 2 are your white pieces. That's your layer. You have 3 pieces of the same paper. And if you'll notice, I'll turn it over so it's not glaring. See how this one's a little bit shorter? That's the front of your card. That's this piece here. So make sure you don't use that. It's a little, if you stack it up, it's slightly wider and slightly shorter, okay? So we want these 2 for our layers. So they're the same size. And either side is fine. They should layer up on your white with a small border, if I cut them right. You see that? Alright, so all you gotta do is glue that down, whichever side you like showing. I like the shiny side. I tried to give everybody at least one piece of this because it's so pretty. This is the Parisian paper. Yeah, Parisian Blossom specialty paper. It's all this. That's what the paper pack is. And not every single piece has shiny stuff on it, so just pick the side that you like. This is also really good for a gift card holder if you want to, and I'll show you that. I'll tell you about that later. So now we have two pieces. And these are the pieces that are going to come back and forth. Okay? So now, this is piece A. This is the one I left apart. And I lied because over here is the flap. So we're going to work the other way than I originally said. Sorry. I screwed up. Sorry. Your slip of bag is going to go on the opposite side from the tiny flap. I apologize. So, this is correct. Your little flap on the left, your strip of bag on the right. Okay? So as you can see here, we have two pieces of paper. And it's going to be sort of like a Z when you're finished. Okay? So here's my flap. Here's my bag. So all you're going to do, get your sticky strip, and you're going to make sure it's smaller than the bag because you do not want it on the cardstock. It has to stay on the bag. My backing came off before I could put it down. Okay. So a sticky strip here. I'm going to lay this layer down, face up, and I'm going to line up the edges and center it in the score line and the edge. Okay, so now it's only stuck on that little bitty part, see? Okay, fold it closed. Okay, and now we're going to put sticky strip only on the top. That's it, just that one little place. Make sure everything is straight and your layers are flush. Hold your tongue right so you get that tape off. Okay? And this goes face down, okay? So I'm going to turn it over. Line up the edges at the top. Center it as best you can. Okay? And we're going to check it just to make sure before I glue the thing closed. So you can just fold it closed like this and hold it. Grab the top layer, if you can. And when you pull it, it comes out. Look at that. It really doesn't matter which side you like. You can always turn it over so that your ribbon's on this side if you prefer. I kind of like that. So we know it works, okay? So we know we've glued it the right way. That's the whole point of doing that. So now, keep all this straight, okay? And over here, you're going to, this flap, you're going to put sticky strip on the flap. So if you fold the flap closed, the sticky strip goes here. Because when we fold it, it's going to stick to the card like that. Okay, so put sticky strip here along the whole thing. Don't get skimpy with it because you want this to stay closed forever. And if you're not quite sure, put a little strip of snail. Like I did, I put a little strip of snail on here just to make sure I did it right. Because that's a lot more forgiving before you do any kind of sticky strip, because once sticky strip's stuck, you ain't unsticking it. Here's the only trick you got to pay attention to. When you close the card, you have to make sure this layer gets tucked under the flap. See how that's tucked under there? Make sure you tuck it. Hope you can see. Make sure you tuck it under the flap. Now it's glued at the one end, and you're going to make sure it goes back, and then this gets folded over the top of that, and then gets stuck down. Because when you stick it down, see, once that layer is underneath your flap, all you have is card back. See? So it'll stick right to itself, just like that. And it's supposed to be slightly off. Okay? So remember, sticky strip goes on the closed flap. Okay? Keep your card bases, your layers here, stacked up and nice and secure like this. Pull your flap up, put that layer back underneath it like that. Fold your flap down, and then you'll be able to close your card. Okay? So now it's closed and it's not coming apart. That's it. You did it. So now we're going to decorate it. Get you a... I know, it's harder than it looks. Okay. Get your hole punch. I happen to have the old crocodile. Punch your hole. Okay, and that's where your ribbon goes. And all I did was fold it in half. And I like to put the fold into the hole and then loop it over the tails. Okay, and then pull each tail, not too tightly, but you know, just so you don't rip it through the hole. Now you can actually pull on it and it works. Okay, so now we have that done. Let's decorate the front. So here I gave you another, I think everybody has the same sheet. All you do, stick it down. There's nothing really else we're going to do as far as punching holes or anything. So your layers should be pretty simple. Layer that on there like that. And then you have 3 pieces that are the same size and one smaller. You see that from the angle? This smaller one is going to get layered up on the gray one. These 2 go on here. And you can use any stamps that you like. Maybe happy birthday, happy anniversary, a special card. So you're going to decorate these and then we're going to stick them. Okay, so we're going to decorate these however you'd like. I'm going to use a friendship stamp. Love What You Do. It's in the book, big book. It's got some nice fonts. Okay. And this paper pack is Basic Black, Cherry Cobbler, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. Those are the pink and blue we have. So gray goes pretty well. If you need something a little bit darker, I'm going to use gray. That's what this paper is here, basic gray. So this says, I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, we'll put that one there maybe. And then this is an old stamp celebration set. You're my chosen family. Know that today a friend is thinking of you. I really like that, especially in this time. So we're going to put that on the other side. here. And then, forgot what I put on this one. Oh, your friendship is a blessing. So I made a friendship card, I guess. And I think, oh, that'll fit. Remember, give it just a second to dry when you stamp. And it's crooked, but that's okay. I'm crooked. I don't mind being crooked. And then Petal Pink, which for some odd reason I don't have. I have no idea why I don't have Petal Pink ink. So I'm just going to use Blushing Bride. Why not? And I'm going to use one of these little flowers from the stamp set. The Love What You Do stamp set. So I'm ink it up in some pink, and this is my front. And I'm just gonna add some little flowers to the side here. Nothing too much, because the card really speaks for itself. Okay, that gets layered here. These are Stitched So Sweetly dies, by the way. These are new, these are the ones in the holiday catalog. You get the rectangles, and you get those pretty shapes. I Xerox a copy of it to make sure I've got them all and put the copy in there. That's how I make sure I keep up with all the dies that are in the set. Some of the dies don't fit, and you don't know. Okay, so we're ready to assemble. Here, dimensionals. You can use the regular size. I got the mini because they're right there. I don't know where my big ones are. Just stick that right there in the middle. And this, we'll just use a little bit of snail. Open it up all the way. Don't pull too hard, but that's as far as it goes. And you might have to tuck it just a little to make sure it's in there, but actually I think that works pretty well right there. I recommend decorating these after you put it together, because knowing which side goes which way is tough. I don't know which way is up when I'm putting the card together. That's it. Pull on the string. Now, I wanted to show you, this is a sample that I made where they punched the circle punch, but she punched through 2 layers, but I didn't like it because you can see the bag on this side, right here. So you might want to think about punching a hole, but you should only do it in one, I can't take it apart, in one fold. Anyhow, you might see other tutorials where they've punched a hole. I did not like it because I don't like seeing the bag. But if you like the hole punch, I think it's in the second one. Here, we'll do this. I think it's this one. This side. Yeah. I'll try it for you. Yeah, it is. So if you want to punch a hole, it's only the center one, okay? Don't punch the side like some videos will show you. Let's finish this one so I can use it. Because I only put snail on it so I could show you. Okay, and remember, make sure all your layers are down and that one gets tucked inside. And then that's stuck. And you have a little bit of a lip there. Now I've got this hole punch where my ribbon goes. I kind of like that. You like that? And then here's this side. I did not punch this one. Now if you wanted to, you could put a gift card here. Make it so that it'll fit right there. Just make your pocket a little bit bigger than that little layer. And you could put a gift card there. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, there's project number 1. It's called a double slider card.